Hi everyone, Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. So I have my Fujica Single 8 Z2. This is a stunt camera of mine. I'm having issues with the exposure right up here. Okay, the needle is not moving in there. So what I got to do is I got to get in here. I believe it needs to be cleaned up, manipulated, or replaced, something. Okay, move that around there manually, and if you look here, right in there, okay, right in that window, you can close that a bit, open it back up. So we got to open it up and get inside of here. All right, now what I did find out is that these screws here are very, very tiny. 0.5 millimeter. That's right. So you're going to need something really tiny to get in there. Plus, they are fixated in there with a clear Loctite. Okay? So we're going to get started on this right here. There's my half. There I am. The rest of that out of the way and give me my table. All right. Now, that I recall here, I'm going to get a close-up on this. For you. Okay. So earlier, I removed one screw down in here. Right. I'll be going to the next one. Here. And again, it's coated with a clear Loctite. Get your screwdriver down there in the center. Not be scratching the aluminum cosmetics on the outside. But again, this camera is going to give you getting banged around, so there's some stomp. All right. Alright, there I go. Slow and tricky. As you can see, it's already moving around. Now, this screw is really tiny. So just to let you know, be careful if you're doing something like this. Just rolled off on my table somewhere. Shows what I can do. Alright, there I am. Saved pole. Right up there at the top. Because I have here a pouch for this. By chance, if you're doing this, this is for my experimental horror film. Any mistakes you make upon your camera, upon your person, are on you. Alright, zip that back up. And I'll go ahead and take the other ones off and get back to you. Okay, I just got the last one out. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the pouch. I'm sure that the exposure needle and the rest of the mechanism is dirty inside of there. Probably some fungus, corrosion, that type of a thing. So that's going to be expected. You have to be doing anything like this, it's very possible you're going to find it very trying to find this size of flathead. It's just an old tool. You can take one with a small grinder and grind it down, but just don't just lay it flat. Just get one of the sides. Can be accomplished. Alright. What we gotta do is we gotta pull this off. Just like that. And then there we go. Okay, this is just simply the covering. I'll place that off to the side. This other stuff can be taken off as well, so I'll go ahead and show you this just for the sake of showing you. You can take this off, you can get down inside of there, but really it's just a waste of time. Okay, this is what you want. Alright. So now we're down here to the tactics of the situation. Right down in here. Alright, let's go further. Okay, I am currently removing these micro mini aluminum screws from this lens. And it is definitely a trying situation. I have removed one. And this is not an easy task, I must add. So I've got movement on this one, I believe. But it's very slow. Remember, this lens is dented, so this camera has been dropped, which doesn't help things. Alright? Well, it's turning really slow. So the only thing I can do is keep doing what I'm doing and just come back to you when the finished product is ready. I can feel it turning there. can see it. But again, it's amazingly slow. There we go again. I have surfaced it. Keeps slipping out. Difficult to hold. Not easy to keep the screwdriver on it. Okay, that's it, right there, the end of my screwdriver. That's another one. I'm going to put that off to the side, cap that down. Okay, so this last screw is just not going to remove, and it's probably because of this ding right here. The camera was dropped. This part of the lens is bent, and it probably has something to do with it. I'll have to use other methods to get that screw out of there. It's just gonna be uncooperative. All right. So what I can show you is this. Right here, again, I'll take this off, and I can just unscrew this because this video is as much for you as it is for anyone. So if you ever need to clean this inside of here, just screw it off. It's counterclockwise, just like that, okay? And there you go there. You can clean around inside there if you like. Now, you just take this, you just kind of dump that out in your hand a bit, all right? I didn't do it that way, so I just pull it off here, okay? Generally just dumps off. Alright, so now we have this part here. There's a micro screw. Alright, you see it? Right there. Shed some more light onto the subject. There we go. So right in that area. Okay, so there's your screw. Take your flathead screwdriver and you want to turn this down. Alright? I'm going to keep this flat because inside of here are some blades, as you've probably seen before. Okay? And just unscrew this. And keep your finger on the front of there if I were you. And they're just laced around inside of there, and the back of them are just kind of laying on top of one another. Alright, let me show you that again, make sure I have that in view. You have spanner points here and here. Okay, so keep this flat like so, otherwise everything's going to spill out, and if you don't know the orientation, you're screwed. Okay, so just spin everything. Alright. And once you get to a point, you can just take your finger and just turn it. If you get inside of here and you got bugs and maybe a little bit of rust or corrosion, which is fairly typical, this just comes off like this. It's just glass. You can clean the glass. Okay. And get down inside of here. Now, the blades are here, right? They're just right in here. So, you can just see the 4 points right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 have the held Okay, so what you can do right here at the end of my pencil eraser, that screw hole right there, you can take an awl, you can stick in there and kind of pull this up, but keep your fingers on this threaded black part because you don't want these parts right in here inside. You don't want them flying out, alright? So let's find that again. There we are. So I move my finger. And we're just going to pull this out. And you have to kind of work it. You see what I'm doing here. Alright, you see that moving? Sometimes you can have rust, corrosion, bugs, anything like that in here. Alright. So right now I'm kind of stuck. We're going to show you another view of this. Alright, so that's out. Do not turn this upside down. Or this. And here are the blades. Well, this is what I meant. You can turn this part upside down. Okay? Right there. But not this. Here are the blades. You want to memorize the orientation before you take them apart. So going up inside of here, you can move the blades around, is what you can do. Okay? See how they fit in there and stuff like that. You need to take them apart and lubricate them. You can do that. Clean them. You can do that. Okay? Because what happens is generally you get bugs and rust and corrosion, fungus coming from underside of inside of the camera. And it'll work its way up through here at times. Fortunately, this time this part was clean. My problem is actually on the back end of the camera, of the exposure itself, so that's the problem. My other issue is definitely getting that last screw out. I have to use extreme methods. I don't like to do it, but again, this is a stunt camera, so no big loss there. Okay, so how do these blades look like when they're removed? That's what you want to see. Take a good look at here. Okay. And remember whatever mistakes you make upon your person or upon your camera and then any attempt to repair your camera are on you. But this is pretty simple. Just take one of these either way, right there. Magnetized, but you see how they lay down. Okay. Pull them off, and you can see they're all individual. Okay, so the screw here, I worked it and it did give me to a point where I can just pull it off right there. So that's that. I worked it down, or worked it up rather, just enough. Alright. So next, more screws. Alright. Exposure meter battery compartment. Remove that. 2 screws in here. There they are. Phillips. Okay. Some screws here. Flathead. One Phillips. That's what I was forgetting. There we go, Paul. Well, this one is giving me some difficulty. To get back to you. Okay, got it off. It didn't want to come off, but it did. Let's see, remove the Phillips yet? No. Phillips. Here, flathead. Come on, can it turn for me? All right. All right. Next. All right. Now apply heat to this covering. Understanding that I've marked myself at 18 FPS at the white dot here. Okay. Now that I've finished applying heat here to this cap, sewing needle, need to catch up under here, up under this cap like this, work it around. Okay, and that time it just popped off. That's good because generally I would lift it up just enough and work it off the rest of the way with a guitar pick and stick it up under there and move it around. Okay? Alright, so we get that covering off right there. Alright. Moving forward. She's going to give it to me. Alright, it did loosen up. All this work. Just to set that exposure. Cell is going to be alright. Corroded or whatever. I think it is. Holding my fingers on here because I want to pop off. Okay, here we go. Gotcha. 2 bearings are in here, at least. Okay. Okay, that screw there. Another one here. Okay. Alright, let's see if this is going to give it to me without having to add heat to it. I'm under there. Bugs. Phillips. parts come apart like this. So just so you see that. Alright, now they use a spanner with this, or you can use a screwdriver and work this variable shutter lock off. So I've got it turning. There you go. It's just a screw. That's all it is, but it does lock the variable shutter. Alright, same thing. Let me see if I can get up under here, under this cover without having to apply heat. There you are. Get over there. This time I'm going to have to apply heat. Probably. Okay, I just applied heat to this cap right here using a hair dryer to loosen that glue, and have lifted it up on the corner, and finally it just popped off just like that. Okay, so I did want to show you that. There's that old glue right there. Again, trying to save some steps right here. Get this sewing needle back into this pack here. Alright. Alright, so more screws. It's going to give it to me. Okay, we have movement. Okay, got screws down inside here, 1 and 2. Alright, flathead. Alright, so keeping the screws in there, flipping the part up, that's what we have right there, okay? And that's how it came out right there. Okay? Leave it there. Okay, next. Okay, even at this point, going to turn it around, and I've already removed the 4 screws in the film compartment. And lift this up, take this plate out. I'm just going to do a little bit of a basic cleaning, or advanced cleaning, rather. Here, so I'm looking for any rust, which I've found some right now, right here at the end of my pencil eraser. This looks a little bit of dust here, so microfiber cloth. This is as abrasive as I want to get. And by the way, if you've if you'd performed something like this yourself and been walking around the carpet, this body is metal, so rub your fingers across it to release any type of static electricity, so if you happen to touch the components, you will not blow them out. Alright? Remember, any repairs you make upon your camera, any mistakes you make upon your camera, and any attempt to repair it or upon your person are on you. Alright, so wipe this out of here. Make sure this slides freely and the gears are working. Clean right here. I'll show you again. Right here. I'll pull this back. Alright. I'm doing good. Yes, the dust and debris are falling inside the camera, so when that happens, I just take the blower inside the film gate, gears, other parts of the area, inside the camera, and just blow out of there. What is going on here? Alright, you look fine. Thought you would give me a problem for a moment. Alright, okay. So something moving around, I was like, okay. Alright. But before I do close it up, that rust. Let's see how deep this stuff is. Just surface rust. Yep. Right now I'm just going to lightly scrape this off right here. For what I'm using this camera for, plus I'm getting deeper into this camera and there's no telling kind of issues it's going to give me. I'll continue this later. Alright, so now blow the rust out. Removed. Good enough for right now. This camera has already gotten on my nerves. Alright, I'll put these screws back in. And so far, that's where I am. The Fujica Single-8 Z2. I love this camera. I love how it operates. This zoom right here up top. But as far as working on it and stuff like that, it's a real pain in the neck. It's proven to be that. Alright? Do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen. And remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya!